Alright, so now, make sure you have some water on your paintbrush. We're going to take this color that we already made. If you need to make more because you're running low, you'll be able to make more in just a moment. Make sure your paintbrushes are down for me. And now we're going to get more red. I'm going to get a decent sized chunk over here. Again, if you use the back of your paintbrush, just go ahead and wipe it off after you do it. Otherwise, you'll get paint where you don't want it, which is your clothes. It's acrylic, it doesn't come off. We're going to start adding some red. I don't recommend you just jump right in with a bunch of red, but you slowly add some red. If you have too much white, it turns pink. You're not looking for a pink color here. So if you've got too much white in there, you need to add more yellow. More red. You're looking for a solid red orange. Okay. Now, once you have that, the first one we did this, everybody should be seated. Abigail, you can just give your brush to somebody else. The first one we did in thirds. This one, we're going to do about half of it. So we're just leaving a little white cap at the end. Now on this one, you can actually go into and overlap a little bit of the yellow. You want to try and keep this as straight of a line as you can from one section to the other along the top and the bottom. Try and get it as straight as you physically can. Now when we did our pastel project earlier this year, we talked about a base tone, yes? Just a base coat. That's all this first orange is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to kind of be set and get most of the white out of the paper, all right? So paintbrushes are down still. The complement of yellow is violet. If we're looking at the color wheel, what is the opposite or the complement of orange? Blue. So now we're going to take a little bit of blue. Very small amount, or you're going to have a big muddy mess on your hands. We're going to get some blue, and we're going to add some blue in here. You'll see it browns it out real fast. That's not what we want. So we're going to add more red to make it more vibrant. A little bit more yellow. We don't want it to be a muddy mess. The blue will make it a muddy mess, so we're going to have to add more red just to kind of cover up that. Okay? I know it's hard to see the actual color on here, but not much I can do about that. Now I'm going to do a line here along the bottom with this darker tone. And then I'm going to take a W shape. 1, 2, and 3 lines. And connect it at the bottom here. 1, 2, and 3 lines there. Can you see those? Okay. Want the paint on there pretty thick. Now we can take a dry brush, a third dry brush. Try and get all the water out as much as possible. Otherwise, it's just going to soak up into your brush. It's going to make it a mess. And I'm just going to dab and try and feather this in so it looks a little bit smoother. If all the paint starts coming off, then just come back in and add some back in. It's really not the end of the world if it's not real smooth. You can bring in that original brush if you want to kind of blend out the corners of it. But you want to see a strong W, dark W shape down the middle here. Got it? Think this. One line and then a W. Make sense? Go for it.